Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by myself, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Hello everyone, great to be back as always.
In this video, I have for you game 1 of a best of 3 between Khers and Onord in the semi-finals of Season 8 of the Star Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Ciano, and on our left in the red team, playing on the allied side, we have Khers using the 26th Guards rifles and the Maverick deployment type. And on our right in the blue, we have Onord using the 4th Fallschirmjager and the Maverick deployment type on the Axis side. So it is a Allied versus Axis matchup.
Oh
Yay!
my goodness, I feel the smiles happening already. And I want to remind everyone, hit that like button, subscribe, it really helps our channels out a bunch.
Yeah, so what do you think about these divisions?
These are two really strong divisions, actually. 4th Fallschirmjager often gets banned. I'm seeing 26th get banned a little more than it used to be. I actually really like 26th. This is one of, if not my favorite allied divisions these days. It's really efficient. It's got all the tools you need. It really doesn't have any like gross weaknesses other than the AA. The AA is very limited, but what you get is good, so it's like not the worst AA I've ever seen, but it is rough. 4th Fallschirmjager is really strong as well. The infantry are absolutely absurd. You do have some pretty good, armored units and stuff that can get the job done. It's not a lot, but you know enough to get the work done. It's really the infantry that carry this division, and the support factors around that. Some light artillery that's really strong. Yeah, Ciano's can be a rough map for the blue side here, so Nord's definitely on the back foot. This whole valley thing is really kind of crap for that player. It's certainly not that you can't win from that side. It's just it is an uphill battle if you're on that side, and he's gonna have to work through that. And once again, they're both on Maverick. It's just hard to be balanced these days because your opponent comes into C phase with 450 more points than you. So if you trade even, you're down 450 points, and that's hard to overcome.
Oh, some beautiful information. Yeah, with the 26th, it's funny because it used to be really strong because of the IS-1, but then when the range nerf came out, it reduced the range of the IS-1, so it's not as strong now. It's still a pretty decent unit for taking on Panthers if you can get it into range.
Well,
so it'd be interesting to see if that pops out. But let's have a quick look at what's going down. For Khers on the top side, we have a couple Maxims there and the SG-43. So he's got cards of Maxims and SGs in his support tab, plus the Ognemachiki. He's got the PTRS, he's got the Guards, he's got the T-34 and a 45mm AT gun. Further down, we're going to be seeing PTRS, 45mm, there's SG and the Sturmoviki Rock. So Sturmoviki Rock's awesome squads for sure.
Oh yeah.
With the Flamers and submachine guns. Then we got some more Flamers further down, the Ognemachiki with the PTRS sniper and the ISU-152 coming out from the start to cover the open ground. And then we've got some snipers, PTRS, another Flamer, two more MGs on the bottom side with the Sturmoviki, and the 45. So it looks like he's just going for the sort of MGs to control the open range, and then has like specialist close range infantry that is going to try and push up.
Yeah, that's what I do love about these Russian Strelki divisions. You just get so many troops at the beginning. They're all so cheap. You just have hundreds of them on this map.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at Onord's units. We've got a couple of Flamers on the top side. He's got some of these Paracadatisti.
Parashudisti.
Oh, there we go. With the Fallschirmjager, the Panzerschreck, and then we've got the Flammenwerfers. We've got some Paladin Salto with the Fallschirmjager, and then the Nag and a Pak 41 Gerlich. There's a HG-111 coming out at the start for recon. We've got the Flammenwerfer Scharfschütze and the MG-42 with the Stug M43 supporting that in the center. That's the support gun with a really low rate of fire. Then we've got the MG-42, Pak 41, and some more of these Italian troops on the bottom side. We've got, we're going to have to keep an eye out on these engagements as they reach the 50-50. Who's going to really stop each other getting into the town? I feel like Onord's going to have a bit of trouble as Khers infantry is going to find its way to the crossroads sooner.
Well, and of course you have the PTRS rush. That's an absolute necessity in every Russian division. You got a PTRS rush. You don't...
Yeah, the PTRS did take out the motorcycle there, so that was a good start for him.
Yeah, it did not do as much damage as it often does. PTRS rush is just... They're so disruptive. They're so annoying. They really are. Oh, in the center here, a lot of things pinned down here and up north. Oh, looks like Onord is just coming out on the back end of a lot of these engagements here.
Oh, the MGs. Oh, they're pinning down everything. But the flames, I think, was what stopped the transports there. They were trying to rush all the way through to those infantry on that top side. On the bottom, Khers was rushing forwards with a couple of motorcycles, and they got taken out as a sniper squad, and I think a flamer squad that got killed before they could even unload because of all of the infantry there with their submachine guns absolutely ripping shreds. But that, oh, the ISU just smacking the MG42 in the open. It looks like Onord is not going to be getting anywhere near the town on the bottom side for the time being. Meanwhile, Onord is going to be trying to make ground, however, into the topside town as Pala del Salto trying to engage Stomoviki, but those Stomoviki so deadly chunk that Fallschirmjager squad in half in just a second.
Yeah, that double flamer is really quite strong. The cool thing about 26 is they have Strafniki and the Sturmoviki Rocks, which are two of probably the best Russian infantry units you can get. So having both in one division is really quite strong. We have a big bomber coming in here. I'm not even gonna, the Alcione,
yeah.
Alcione coming in here. I just realized I did say that wrong earlier. It's Perechatudisti I think is the correct way to say it.
The C is like a
CH sound in Italian.
CH, yeah, exactly. Nice bombing strike onto the Stomoviki there, though. Does clean that up, means that the Pala del Salto do not have to face that directly, and Khers going to have to replace that with a Gavani DP there as well. Just try and get back into that town. But nice control for Onord on that topside. Town is slowly taking ground back on the very top side there, but is going to be struggling on the bottom side for the time being.
The Gerlich here taking some good hits at this T-34. I do not use these myself. I hate the fact they only do 4 damage, so it takes 3 hits to kill stuff, but they do have a good rate of fire, and they penetrate. They have a very high penetration. In the center town,
it actually bounced there once, which was quite amusing.
Yeah, the para-assault
take it down eventually.
The para-assault killed the Sturmoviki Rocks in the transport. That's a huge kill. Huge kill.
Very, very big, because it's not going to allow him to get another squad back in that town anytime soon. Like, he is bringing another one in, but that will probably not be able to get in range of the Pala del Salto with its submachine guns and the flamers before the Pala del Salto kill it. So that's due to the Berettas having that 150-meter range advantage on those submachine guns.
These Perechatudisti just put out so much more damage than it looks like they should. It's very surprising based on their stats how much damage they put out.
Yeah, it is still like a double MG infantry squad at the end of the day. It's kind of like the Bren, but I think it does more damage.
I think the Bren is just the worst.
These Stomoviki, if they get in range of the Pala del Salto, going to do a lot of damage. Onord knows it. He's going to be pulling back from that immediately. ISU 152 going for the shot onto the Pala, but the Alcione going to miss its bombing strike completely.
Yeah, in the center town, I think the MG42 took out the Sturmoviki Rocks in the transport again. So once again, it did not come out.
Tragic.
37 mil stopping that Yak 9B. That's pretty big, because that would have done a ton of damage so far. Up north, Khers doesn't really have anything left. If he can't catch these infantry out in the open, he's actually going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Onord's done a really good job of breaking down this top side of the map after what looked like a pretty disastrous start there, but he managed to save those 3 units of infantry and then use them to work his way back into that top side. The Alcione manages to shoot down the Yak 9.
Yeah, that was big.
With the help of the AI, of the AA, the AS-42 20mm and the NAG there. Then the NAG stopping another Yak 9B bombing strike as well into the town. Onord invested quite heavily into his AA early, and it's starting to really pay off. Yeah,
it has stopped, I think, 4 Yak bombing strikes, and those Yaks are really good. Like, it's a heavy bomb load. They'll kill anything they hit. And the reason is this 37 mil is the Flak 43, which is so significantly better than the Flak 36. It's kind of ridiculous, actually.
Yep. So this town well under control for Onord on the top side. He's moving up the Pack 41 Gerlich. He's moving up the MG42. And yeah, losing those 2 squads of Stomoviki and transports is really, really detrimental to his efforts getting back into that town. He's now got these 3 Chernos, which are pretty much just holding the line for the time being, but they will get mown down very quickly by MG42s and Fallschirmjagers. More infantry going to be committed to the top side as well, as Onord is still making ground there. Going to get on top of that SG-43 soon. And if he moves
Should be
forward just
quick.
a little bit longer, he can get his Berettas on target there and take it out.
He'll probably take it out just fine where he's at. Down south, though, the reason I think Onord's doing so well is because he really has not committed a lot more to the south. Khers continues to make progress there. Now, he doesn't have a huge presence, but Onord has given up a lot of territory to make that gain up north.
He has this like Panther A just sitting back near the spawn for the time being, though, which is a little strange. I feel like maybe he's not trying to reveal it early or something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
like
he just forgot about it.
That feels like a misclick.
Maybe he just forgot about it.
Yeah.
The only other reason I could say he would leave it there out of line of sight is in case of the Yak 9s that come in with the cluster, because that's something that the 26th has.
It's one thing to leave it out of line of sight. It's another thing to leave it at your spawn.
Yeah, true.
Pair assault up north.
There would be very useful to kill that ISU.
Yeah, that's probably his best chance. He doesn't actually have a ton of other AT options to kill this ISU 152. Focke-Wulf coming in for a bombing strike, probably on this Maxim and Gavardia DP here. And once he takes those out, there, all those machine guns are gone. And he's down to basically just Chernos and just Chernos, really.
Yeah, so it kind of misses the mark a little bit, but does pin them both down, so will allow the infantry squad there to move forwards and start chipping down the enemy. MG versus Sniper on the top side town. With the MG42 being low, that Sniper could get lucky and kill it, but the Paladin Salto moving up there and chunking Chernos. Oh, that's nasty.
Well, and the Fallschirmjager there too. It's easy to forget.
Yeah.
You know, they got nerfed and they don't get used a ton anymore, but like they are disgustingly good. It looks like this Yak 9B might go down to... Nope, it survives. But yeah,
G111 on the bottom side, just going to probably be looking for strikes for the Focke-Wulfs. But 14 to 10 for Onord is actually pretty nice considering the situation on the bottom side.
Well, and this is where this whole map thing does come into play. Like, look how much Onord has, and he still is barely squeaking a 15-9, and that's why this map is just kind of challenging from his side. Again, it's not, he's obviously winning, but it takes a little more effort to pick up that 15-9. Two bombers coming in. He's obviously been steadily building up his air force this whole time. Looks like they're going for that ISU, or they're going for the sniper. Oh, nope, ISU 152 taking a hit. Panthers, he finally remembered it looks like.
Yep, he's brought it forwards. It's looking for the shot onto the ISU. The bomber coming in there, big heavy bomber, looking for the hits onto the ISU as well after the Focke-Wulf already hit it once. And it's not going to get the kill this time around, but definitely going to be weakening that. It's going to be easy one-shot now for the Panther if it ever gets on target.
And that's what he needs because, of course, the ISU one-shots his Panther if it if it gets there. Unfortunately,
the likelihood with the accuracy is quite low, but the Yak 9 there
finally gets a bombing strike off.
Does indeed, but
will it die?
Take a lot of damage from the 37 as it kind of moved directly towards it after the bombing strike. Or one Italian man holding the line against 5 Chernos, and he does win the battle.
Wow.
Those Berettas. He's too busy firing 3 weapons at the same time. Good old Rambo.
that was impressive that he lost that.
The Cherno's just so bad these days.
They are. Those parassaults up north too, poking out, using their 150-meter range to keep those Sturmovikis out of the woods, which is where he needs them to be. T-34E coming in too, but we're back to a 12-12, but I really gotta save you. I feel like Khers is on the back foot right now. Yeah,
he's definitely lost like way more units at this point, and all of his efforts to push in back into this top side so far have been for nothing. This Paladin Salto is just waiting to clean up these Chernos. It's just gonna be this poor one Cherno just walks up. Oh, he's dead. The next one. He did take a man with him though, surprisingly.
Yeah. Down south, a recon car rush here basically is clearing out some of Khers' troops in the center. He really can't move up too aggressively because of this Panther A just covering off the road here. I'll see if this Cherno gets in. Oh, comes out before. But even with this, the 2 SPWs and then the AS 20 mil, this thing's actually like really good. It dies easy, it's fragile, but man, it pumps out some damage.
Yeah, the AS-20 is amazing because it has the Breda, it has the 20 mil as well, and this 20 mil acts as fantastic AA. So it's just an all-round fantastic unit. Oh, nice bombing strike onto Sturmoviki there.
Yep.
Means that Onord doesn't have to commit his Paladin Salto to kill that. And yeah, that's really good.
He hopped out a little too early out of that building so that the plane did correctly target the infantry instead of like the building itself. Just know that
has brought up the Su-85 on the bottom side to try and kill the Panther, but he's going to need to get into this light cover, but he can't do it while all of the autocannons are there.
Yeah, one thing for newer players to know, if your guys are in a building, they're getting bombed, if you wait for the plane to drop the bombs and then leave the building, the bombs will hit the building and you'll generally dodge the bombing strike.
Yeah.
Fallschirmjager's down south versus the Gavardia DP here. This should be an easy win. Oh, well, now there's bombs and they're gone. It would have been an easy win. It was
Johnny definitely doing the job there.
Yeah, it was winning anyway, but yeah, that just sped it up a lot. 45 mil moving up to try to take out these SPWs. That's definitely a good weapon against them, but if he spots too many at a time, it could be problematic for that 45 mil.
You have to be super careful with line of sight here. And the way that Onord's positioned these is just annoying, because the Su-85 wants to sneak forwards in the light cover so it can fire off at the Panther if it gets too close. But at the same time, if that reveals itself, Onord could easily rush it and then get side shots, and that thing goes down very quickly. It's paper thin on the side.
Yeah.
At close range.
And now there's a Tiger E here in the center. It's really cool seeing Onord using some of this heavy armor that 4th Fallschirmjager has. You know, a lot of people hate on these heavy tanks, Tigers, Panthers, the not super heavies, basically. Personally, I'm a big fan of them, and they can, against something like 26, they can actually do really, really well.
Yeah. 26 definitely lacks heavier armor until like the late game, I think. They get like the KV-85s, don't they?
The KV-85s are not locked. I think if they are locked, it's only to B to BC. Like, but no, I think you can get them anytime. I'm not sure, but they definitely are going to struggle against a Tiger, because
yeah, you'd need to get closer range.
Yeah.
In order to deal with it.
Now these Strafniki up north, these will do some damage. Now the Fallschirmjager in heavy cover versus light cover, they might do okay, but these Parachadudisti probably won't do as well.
Yeah, here we've seen the Fallschirmjagers, they're going in. The main thing will be pinning them down, but they got absolutely shredded.
Yeah. I mean, it's six machine guns when you really think about it. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Pair assaults poking their head out for not a very good reason, because they're not close enough. This 37 mil continuing to just hold back the Air Force. The Flak 43 is so good. So good.
One thing that I have noticed is, like, over time, it feels like Khers has started to build up a lot more forces than Onord on this top side, whilst Onord has started to, like, invest a lot more into the bottom. So you can see that he's brought in the Para de Salto there, the Parachutisti, and the Fallschirmjager squads, which is a reasonable amount of points to spend on infantry. And then he's got the two, like the Para and the Fallschirmjager, moving up now on that bottom side as well, and he's going to slowly get control if Khers is not too careful. But this Yak 9 free to bomb this Fallschirmjager and will take it out, so very nice strike. On the top side, Pala's actually managing to pin down one of the Strafs. Focke-Wulf's going to come in and help pin down a second. Nice shot there from the Tiger, takes out the T-34 as well. Lovely stuff. Stug M42 coming in to join the fray. This thing's actually really nice. One of my more interesting and favourite tanks, honestly, at the moment. The M42 is good fun because it's 12 round per minute rate of fire. It can get a lot of HE damage down very quickly. Its heat round is actually relatively reliable at close range for taking out medium armor. Like, I'm actually a pretty good fan of them.
Oh yeah, they're very good. I mean, they are extremely cost efficient. For only 40 points, they kill things that they have no business killing at all. Very often, actually, I find. They're very good. They don't have a machine gun, though. That is one thing. They are machine gunless.
Yeah. But they're kind of like an IG on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, really big. So Onord's infantry are getting broken down here. Going up against all these guys in the cover is definitely not the best strategy, generally speaking. And I will say, Onord's had some really poor bombing strikes. He's like missed several times completely on his bomber. He did up north earlier too. Again, it's kind of odd to see him miss those so blatantly. 37 mil saves his Tiger from that Yak 9B, and the other thing is too, now he knows it's there, so he probably will never let his heavy armor stray away. I also just noticed down south we have an elephant an elephant.
Yep.
I do not take this personally, but that is pretty fun.
It is on the field. Maybe a little bit of a waste of points at the moment because there's not really much happening. Like the Panther, like, is still alive, so I don't really feel like there's a massive need for that elephant on the bottom side, unless like he's planning to get full control over the town, and then, you know, he can cover that bottom side pretty much indefinitely with all his heavy armor. So that could be a way that he just is deciding that he wants to win this battle whilst kind of just conceding the top side back to Khers.
Yeah, I mean, my thought process would be probably that Onord's playing more for the long game. He's just expecting this Mav on Mav mirror to kind of go long. Because, you know, he's only got a 13-11, so it's not like anyone's bleeding points really fast or anything. So he might just be trying to get the most out of his Mav income. Up north, the Stu 42 does go down to the KV1. Yep. That is not a great matchup for him.
Well, the HE-111 coming under quite a lot of fire from the double M15 as it flies straight towards it. All his recon aircraft finally go down, because that was providing a lot of information on this bottom side. Definitely opened up a lot for these bombing strikes, and you can see every time one of these HE-111s coming out, so are the bombers, in order to get these attacks off. And I think the main thing these HE-111s are looking for now is what is capturing the town, because he probably doesn't want to like commit an actual infantry squad to move through the town right now. He just wants to kind of delete what's in the town and then cover it from a distance.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what he's doing with his bombers right now. He's just kind of randomly flying over.
So he tried to use the Altion to distract the M15s and bring the Focke-Wulf in from the side, and then like he was trying to bomb the M15 directly with the Focke-Wulf bombers.
Yeah.
But the trouble was with that move is that he moved the Focke-Wulf too close before he right-clicked the M15, so it tried to like do a loop before it came back for the bombing strike.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Cost him the bomber.
He did get a 172 mil artillery. Yeah, he's definitely playing for the long game here, bringing in heavy artillery like this, bringing that elephant. Yeah, he's Onord's planning to dig in and hold this game long, because you can see Khers is building up mostly just direct combat ground troops, while Onord is building up a lot more backline, long range, farther stuff. There's now a Tiger E down south as well. Like, he does not want Khers getting into this south anymore.
Yep, he's also brought in the 88 there as well. Like, that is some serious support coming in for this bottom side engagement. Fallschirmjagers and Paratatisti doing okay on this top side. They are keeping them at bay, I would say. Like, not necessarily winning, but he's definitely slowed down what is quite a lot of forces. And with these Sturmoviki, they only have the DT that they can use at range. They're kind of useless otherwise.
Yeah, and he has really actually broken down a lot of the troops up there. If you zoom in, most of them are like damaged or hurt. The Strafniki just died. Gavardi is going to get pinned here. I mean, Fallschirmjagers are Fallschirmjagers. If you're there in green cover and you're not, you're going to get shredded. And it looks like he's finally moving into the town down south with the Fallschirmjagers. Against the Ognemachiki, that they should kill them, but you know, Flamers, two-man Flamer squads always surprise you.
I think the thing is, it's going to just come down to micro. If Khers can like use the two squads to fire at one squad at the same time, then he could probably pin them and like surrender both squads.
So the 172 is
bomber.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to just delete him. Okay, that works too. The 172 supplying some fire up north there. We're going to start to see that effect taking place. 26th doesn't have a ton of artillery either. I guess that would be another one of its weaknesses. It doesn't have zero, but it certainly doesn't have anything big like a 150 or anything like that.
It has the very big ones. It's got the 203 and the
203. That's right. Yes.
The massive motorized artillery.
Yeah, I find those things to be really bad.
They can be pretty good with radio, but yeah, the trouble is that when they get counter batteried, if they just take like one direct hit, they die. And it's not like the normal artillery that has like 10 men, and then like if a shot then lands nearby, they can usually take 2 or 3 hits before they actually get fully destroyed.
Yeah, it's definitely rough using them. The 172 is a very good artillery piece. I forget, does this fire more than 3? It's got the no, it's a 3 round a minute one. And he's also got he's also got radar everywhere with these SPWs. Fourth can really zoom they can really target their artillery well.
Yeah, and even the AS-42 20mm as well have radio. Yep. He's got this Fallschirmjager with the radio. The Panther's got the radio. There's a lot of radios hanging out.
Tons of radio. Now we do see a 122mm off map coming in on here. Is that the? No, it's not the rocket one. I don't think that's it's
the small one.
The normal small one.
Yeah. It will still be effective at pinning down these Fallschirmjagers as he's having so much trouble dislodging.
Oh no, it's
his plan here is just to try and pin them and break through on this top side to take back some ground, but ultimately he's like, even if he takes back both those flags on the top side, I guess it's going to be like 12-12, right? So it would just stop the game, but he's not going to be in a winning position anytime soon.
Yeah, and I don't know, with this overwhelming amount of heavy armor. Tiger's taking on the Su-85 and sight down. I don't like Su-85s. Let me just put that out there right away. I find they horribly underperform. It just died. I'm being vindicated here because they're sucking versus this Tiger.
The issue is range there.
Yep.
Like it's the Tiger and the Panther engaging at their ideal range. Like the Su-85 in this situation wants to be at like under 1,500 meters, so it can use its APCR, and then it can really slap these Tigers and Panthers about with its decent rate of fire, especially on high veterancy.
Yeah, I think the issue is whenever you bring them in, you're often trying to use them to kill something like a Tiger or Panther, because that's the only tool in your Soviet division that you have to kill those. And
so check on the top side.
Yeah, Tiger versus Su-85 here. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Got a bailed out. That's not fair. That's unfair. Lucky crit.
Yeah, basically it takes like 3 shots APCR to take out one of these heavy tanks anyway. And it would take like 2 shots on the main gun, but yeah, nice kill I think onto the Tigers with those Su-85. Just needs to be a lot closer up.
Yeah, that was caster curse right there. Just as I say they suck, and then they kill that Tiger just like on cue. Whatever.
At least it's not affected me this time.
Yeah, whatever. Bunch of baloney. I still got my point across. The Tiger killed 2 of them down south. 172 trying to cover this he sent 2 Fallschirmjagers in, which I'm always hesitant to send super expensive infantry like that just barreling forward, but this 172 is just carving up these infantry. So accurate. Another plane goes down up north. I don't know whose it was. I'm assuming
it was the Vulcan of Onord.
Yeah.
His fighter.
He's throwing some planes away, I will say that.
He's trying to get these M15s out the way. He has been kind of like slowly targeting them with the artillery, but he's kind of like veered away from doing that now and has started to use it to try and chip the infantry of Khers instead, so that his infantry have a better time. But that Strafniki still managing to catch out one of the Fallschirmjager there. That is not a good engagement. 15 men in green cover versus the limited men in the Fallschirmjager. But here comes an Andrusha. Oh, nice first rocket there, straight onto the target. Pack 40 goes down. Might take out the Scharfschütze as well. I'm surprised Khers is letting this fire all of its rockets though. If I'm completely honest. Yeah,
that might be a micro mistake. I mean, this is what he does need to do. He definitely needs to start countering Onord's artillery and stuff with his own. And 26 does have Andrushas, which are great. I mean, they're the same as Nebelwerfer 300s basically, and those are awesome. So yeah, kind of a waste though, supply-wise and stuff, because now you got to wait for that thing to reload, which will take forever. He doesn't even have the supply out right now. There it is. I mean, Khers has a good position up north. He's definitely, I mean, he's got good position down south. He just has no way of getting through this heavy armor.
I mean, yeah, he's got like the advantage in the north at the moment, but that's like these 2 Fallschirmjäger that are coming in are just going to replace the ones that he just lost, and then Khers doesn't really have the infantry to support another push. Like, yeah, he's got his own Chernos and guards coming in, but they're no match for the Fallschirmjäger that Onord's putting his points into. So every time he's going to need like 2 squads to kill probably one of these Fallschirmjäger squads, and he just doesn't really have the numbers on that very top side. And Onord's kept this like really strong position covered by AA just below this town here, and it's worked out really well for him so far. Yeah,
this is interesting. I know I've never done this, and I don't see many people do this, but it's definitely a more interesting option than holding the town, which most people do. You know, you kind of like try to dig in the town, but this actually gives you a lot more cover and a lot more protection because the town dies. You know, the buildings go down and you can't hide in them anymore. And this kind of, you know, you can't destroy the forest. It looks like, I think these 237 mils will take this Yak 9B down, I would think.
And with the help of the 20 as well from the AS-42, that should go down.
My goodness.
If it doesn't, he's very lucky.
This thing is tanking. All right, there we go. I was like, wow. It's because I said it. I know it's because I said it.
Yak 9B coming in for a bombing strike as well. Gonna go straight towards some AA. That's gonna take some big hits.
That may go down too. It's already smoking. It might.
Yep. Just some nice accurate shots from the nag. That's all it will take.
And there it goes. Yep. That's a lot of Air Force lost out of Khers there. He is pushing this T-34E up, and but now a Gerlich though is moving into position right now. There's one up north too.
Yak 9B clusters are really not cheap.
No, they are 140 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means he's not getting another anytime soon because that's 2 ticks of income, and he needs that for the ground right now.
Yeah, the Garlic's in a perfect position here. Oh, on the first shot, crit ammo explosion. That is just gross.
I will say personally, that's one thing I definitely underestimate is how often you do get crits with an APCR weapon. You know, I don't use the Garlic's because I'm like, I hate the fact it takes 3 shots to kill something, but then you do get, and there's another one. Oh my god!
Explosion.
Oh,
and then the crew panic
so
as well.
Bad.
What is going on there?
Wow.
That is so unfortunate.
That is a hero. Holy crap. I would be fuming. I would be absolutely fuming.
Now we have the infantry push to follow it up, but they got machine guns on the Andalusia.
Up north,
oh no.
Up north, the Pac 40 got a crew kill on the KV-1 in the first hit too. Oh my goodness! And Khers says, "That's what I would do." Be raging. Oh no!
That is just a rage quit, right?
Yeah, that was a rage quit. There's no doubt about it.
I think it's a warranted one because after that sort of situation, he wasn't anywhere close to coming back. So yeah, fair enough.
And you
surrender at that point anyway. But the way it happened was just brutal.
That was 3 armored units in a span of a minute that all got critted to immediate death. Yeah, that. Oh, I feel for him on that one. I really feel for him there. Looking at the KD here, though, we can see why. Onord with 2365 versus Khers with 1550 in that KD. And you could feel it on the field for sure. Khers made some really good pushes early and just wasn't able to really capitalize on them. He wasn't able to build those up. He wasn't able to hold them, and things just against Onord. Onord's just so good at breaking down those kind of things. He's so methodical. He's just so methodical in his play. It's just, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and it makes it hard to win.
Yeah, so 2,365 kills, 1,550 losses for Onord, and obviously vice versa for Khers. Big advantage in kills at the end for Onord, but a lot of that did come in that last minute, which is pretty incredible. Nice ISU support at the start definitely helped him control the town for a large period of that game, and then of course the heavy armor came in, kind of forced that off, allowed Onord to get back in. Nice use of the long-range artillery, I think, from Onord as well on that bottom side to kind of dislodge units on that bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the actual kills, I mean, Khers didn't really have many standout units. He had a Strafniki that did very well, and that was about it. Like, honestly, that's about it. The ISU got some kills, but nothing of like high value really. And if you go over to Onord's, I mean, right off the bat, we have Fallschirmjagers killing several units. We have Parachadudisti killing several units, Parasalt killing several units. You know, these are the kind of like trades you really can't keep up. A Pac 40 killing a Strafniki, a Sturmoviki, and a KV-1. That's a lot of points you're losing there. From that. And those kind of trades, they add up in a hurry, and it gets hard. It gets very, very hard to catch back up.
Yeah. So the main thing is obviously the Sturmoviki rocks should be the standout units on the side of the 26th. They should be the ones getting multiple kills. But most of them were like killed before they even unloaded, and the ones that were there got bombed. So I think Onord knew what he wanted to do when he was dealing with those units, and he executed it very well. Of course, it kind of comes down a bit to Khers as well, being a bit careless with those units in their transports, considering how important that they can be. And yeah, like the Strafs are the other ones, right? And we did see one of the Strafs do pretty well there. So
yeah,
unfortunate for Khers.
Yeah, I do think this game he just got outplayed. You know, sometimes it does happen. You know, these high level players go against each other, and sometimes, you know, I know personally that you just don't play up to the level you're used to playing, and you know, it happens. It happened. A good game to both of them, but I think Onord just kind of played better this game.
Yep. So we'll leave it there then. That is game 1 of a best of 3. So we'll be moving on to game 2 of Khers versus Onord in the next one. So look forward to that.
Yep, and the
That's
winner of
it for
this winner of this match goes and plays Gonzo, so it should be very exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
hit that like button, guys. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.
and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.